This emperor, Isengrim III, had once been kind, but he'd gone mad. And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods. Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the lost gods, thousands of thousands had died. But Reynardo had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist.
And obviously that is my choice. Let's do it.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good, no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's point before all this was over. He was sure of that. The power was in the core. Obviously, he had to get the core.
Yes, obviously. So it's interesting they made the dialogue that way. Even though we know that Lapino is a traitor. But it is what it is. And we shall roll with it.
He looked up at the old trees around him. They were so big and so old. They'd been there before he was born, and they'd be there after he'd passed into legend. Was he confronting his own unimportance? What had got into him? He was no philosopher. Anyway, who cares? He was plenty important. He was a hero, and soon he'd prove it.
Let's see. Damn it. Oh. Wow. I need a lot of ore for that. Yeah, we're getting there. Oh no, the gem. The gems. I mean. Oh, it was just a level 2 version. So it's up by 2% now. This isn't that... It's not that bad. What's this? Dear Zenobia, the director of the academy has told me how much he was impressed by your academic performance and leadership. Somehow I doubt this was a session of bootlicking. I have seen plenty of those. That old toad is sincere. I am proud of you, my daughter. You will make a fine empress one day. On my end, great news. Professor... Oh my god, I'm going to butcher this name, aren't I? Calaveras has been studying the Nexus, and he has made a bold observation. That toad is a true genius. You know how that island is unique, constantly changing, new crystalline formations appearing, island fragments merging, splitting, slowly drifting, held together by some invisible threads. Professor Calaveras is convinced those changes are not random, but rather indicative of the living nature of the islands. He has observed that certain changes on the Nexus follow, or sometimes precede, a turbulence on another island, landslides, quake, flood. The Nexus seems to resonate with those events. Maybe the islands are a hive mind, and the Nexus is the brain. In any case, I am funding a permanent scientific observatory on the Nexus. It will attract the Empire's greatest minds with Professor Calaveras at the helm. I anticipate a great age of enlightenment for the Empire. With love, Father. Oh. Interesting. Now, before I go down there, I just want to know what's up here. But if I go that way, is there any teleporting things? No, there isn't. Alright. I gotta make the choice. Screw it. There's usually more stuff going the other pathway. Oh. I love the slow down time. Makes things slightly easier, for sure. Ooh. Whoa.
Sensed the jewel's power. He had a feeling they were gonna be great friends.
And Jen the kill. Ooh. Damn it. Okay. I didn't see that coming. I was just too focused on the shield guy. I didn't expect to die. I'm actually surprised that I did. Alright, let's go. God damn it.
We'll always have Paris, he thought. And then he died.
Oh, that's a reference to a movie which I've never seen. Okay, so that was my bad. I'm just trying to reduce background noise, but it's just very hard living with other people, and especially with living in a unit. Not happy with that. That I'm getting hit. I mean, I can slow down time. Might as well use it, right? Okay, I'm frozen.
Once again, Renato was dead right. Or actually just dead.
Okay, that was a weird bug. I literally could not move. I pressed every button. Just wouldn't let me move. Yeah, I should have probably counted first. Oh my god.
May come, he thought. And then he found out.
I'm like so focused on the background noise, I'm not focusing on the game. Oh, that distance. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Of all the artisans he was creating employment for, truly, he was a job creator. There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Ew.
How
Ooh.
could you convince a firewall you're its friend?
There we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. Just wait until it turns. There we go.
You almost never saw wild gogglers together like this. The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. But these had to be imperial gogglers. That meant ravens were up ahead.
Good. More
Boy,
ravens to kill.
It looks good kill.
Looks good kill. I hope I didn't miss a chest. I thought press dodge, but apparently I did not. I just realized that they put style in the part of the calculation in the combat.
You never knew where the road would take you, thought Renardo.
Oh, critical chance gem. Nice.
There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest. The mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be.
Man, there's so much background noise. I hope the mic's not picking it up. Oh, I wish I could move somewhere else, like to my own place, all to myself. Okay, so there's a teleporter thing there, so I'm gonna assume we can come back, so there might be treasure there.
What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
Ooh, I'm finding a lot of treasure. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I need more ore as well. More wind essence. Ooh.
Of course there was a puzzle. You couldn't expect a transcendent emperor to bury a god's eye in a leather sack where anyone could pick it up.
It's like the easiest puzzle in the world. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, so we don't have any more. Practically one hit dead. That can't be good, right? Big battle ahead. I can't believe I lived.
That hurt.
As soon as I say I can't believe I lived, I die. Yeah, we'll just restart from the checkpoint. like this, and we'll heal a bit extra. Let's get the ice blade. There we go.
It was all coming back to him. He wondered what he'd remember next.
Ooh, so I got a skill point. There it is.
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark arts, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. Maybe Lapino wasn't such a good friend. Yeah, that made him feel better. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
Okay, seek help from the scientists. The Sky Ripper was complete. Their super weapon could put an end to the Emperor's madness. But had Reynaldo assembled it correctly? Would it work at the critical moment? The scientists on the Nexus will surely give answers. Another one? No time for fussing. Attack the outpost. But would it work at the critical moment? Maybe it needed a field testing, and the Imperial outpost on the Nexus was the perfect target.